Santi? No, Santi, Santi. Fuji. Hey guys, so just spending a bit of time with the children, and I have a little bit of a lazy afternoon, if I'm being honest. So I wanted to speak about something. I said to Fritzy today, I should really talk about something. The amount of clothes we have here is unbelievable. Everywhere you turn there's clothes. I wanted to speak about something which is a little bit private, a little bit personal, but something that I think God has insisted that my privacy is surrendered to do what I do with my life, which I don't mind. So I was quite sick a few weeks ago. This has been ongoing for years now as well. It's not like a one-off thing, it's been ongoing non-stop. And I went to, after 4 days of not being able to do anything, I just had black under my eyes, sleeping constantly, fever on and off. I just couldn't do anything whatsoever. Fritzy said, let's go to a private hospital, and because the local doctors don't know, find out what's going on. So we went to a private hospital, an Indian company called NSK, and I had a CT scan done on my abdomen, and they found a can't get a moment, honestly, you really can't get a moment. They found an abscess in my abdomen, and this has come from, I had a thing called amoebiasis about 2 years ago, maybe more, and this came from drinking dirty water. And I didn't purposely drink dirty water, it was an accident, but I did drink dirty water. And I got this parasite called amoebiasis, and amoebiasis can cause ulceration in your colon, in your intestine, in your large intestine. And in doing so, it can heal, but sometimes abscesses can form, and we presume this is what's happened. Now, as the infection gets worse, it makes your body feel like horrible. We're working out what needs to happen next, and I need to get a camera, it looks like, to investigate, which I've had before in Tanzanian hospital, but it was a horrific experience, which involved a cat being in the clean room where it was done. And a friend of mine who waited outside, Emmanuel, having a really good giggle at me. So it was a horrendous day. I'll never do it in a Tanzanian hospital again. But when I had pain before, they knew what it might be, but they had to check. So anyway, the reason I'm making this video is to say thank you to everyone on Patreon, because the Patreon money is the only reason I could afford to go to that hospital and have the CT scan done. It's up to now came to around about $250, $300 to have that done for myself, and we don't have insurance. We don't have enough for insurance. It's in health insurance for 2 Western people in an East African country doing what we're doing is not cheap. So we don't have it, which we aim to have someday, but we don't have it now. And I just wanted to say that the Patreon has been a huge help. Now, each month it's like $400 and something, which is amazing for us. And I'm not sure how it's going to go in the future, because I'm getting married, which means I'll have children, and I'm not sure what God's plans are for me. And I feel I should make some income for my children, because if they grow up here, they might want to go back to the West at some point. And if I'm not taking a salary or any money from the charity, I've thought about things, and I'm actually getting the feeling I might write an ebook or some ebooks on with some of the knowledge I have acquired through fasting and study and synchronicities over the years. And also maybe it's about my life here, I don't know. But for now, my Patreon is a lifeline. And I think about these things, guys. I get very deep in thought sometimes, and I try to imagine the people, and I don't know all of your faces who support us on Patreon, but you're a lifeline. I can't do this without it. I just can't do it. Now, I want to keep it as an example to the world that a human being does not need to take a big salary from a charity. Maybe in 5 years I'll put my hands up and say, you know what, it's impossible, I need to get at least a retaining salary to pay for me to be able to go and visit my family. But for now, I'm sticking with what I've always said, that the charity won't pay me a salary, and the money that I get from friends, family and Patreon is how I go and visit, and thus it genuinely can be shown to the world that, yeah, this charity in a developing country didn't pay any Western people to become what it was. It can be done. People can do it, especially with things like Patreon. I think it's a wonderful thing. Well, if you're making YouTube, well, it's a really wonderful thing because it allows us to fly home. It paid for my permits. I've just had to pay $2,500 on permits for Fritzy and I altogether. Paid for those. Up to now, it's the extra money we had the month later paid for my hospital bills. And we've had a few nights and stuff with the children, taking them to town, getting snacks that they wouldn't normally get, just like bags of nuts and stuff like this, and then coming back and watching a movie. And we go and get a movie from the strange movie shop in town, which of course you don't get any DVD shops here, so everything's not legit by Western standards, but by here there's complexes of people with shops selling these things. Very strange, but it's just a treat for them, and it allows me to perform my duties as a father. And for whatever reason, God has left me as a beggar, and maybe that can change because I realise that I do sometimes, for all I don't have time at present, I do wonder whether I could do something like an ebook and stuff like that and stop having to be a beggar for my own needs, because I want to be able to, if I have a child growing up in this country would be very difficult. It is difficult for a white child to grow up in this country because you're treated differently due to your skin colour. Unfortunately, it's hard to establish real friendships because sometimes people are just faking it so as they hope that you're going to benefit them somehow. Sad part of it, I'm sure it happens in all developing countries. Even if the developing country was filled with white people, I'm sure it would happen. It's just how it would be. And my fear for my own children is that. So things like Patreon will always support me living here and has helped me a lot with my medical costs, and we'll see what needs to go on in the future, and will help me to fly and visit my family, hopefully, if we can save enough. Maybe one day there'll be enough so we can get health insurance so we don't have to eat into the money we're supposed to use for flights. But it's been a massive help, and I'm just grateful is what I really wanted to say. I know I've gone all over the place. I'm kind of tired here at the moment after everything that's gone on the last few days, but it's just to say I'm grateful. And my dog's starting a fight. Don't fight. I'm grateful, this one and this one, for my attention. So stop it, you madam. I'm grateful for all of the love and support. And I think of you guys, you make our world possible. So I do think of you with a lot of love, great deal of gratitude. I just wanted to say thank you, I guess. And I guess also to softly announce that I'm plotting writing some ebooks so as I can find a way to support us to leave Tanzania and visit our friends and family, and which Fritzy and I probably will have children of our own, then a means to support them in their endeavours that they wish to do, because if they want to go back to the West and get an education there, then I want that door to be open for them. So, and I'm sure God would provide if I did it another way, but there's just something in me that's telling me that it's okay to try and earn some way to support. I'll always live here as a volunteer, I don't need to make money, but just to try and find a way to support, if I have my own children, their wishes, because it's not fair to say to them, you have to stay here, you know, and get a, I don't know, we'll see. I want to homeschool my kids, to be honest, but pretty nice. So, but they should have an opportunity to move back to the West if they wish and experience that culture, is what I mean anyway. And also my family should have medical insurance, which we don't have, and we should have an ability to fly home if there's an emergency. Like right now, if there was an emergency, I wouldn't have money to fly home to deal with that, and I don't like that. It's not fair on Fritzy, myself, or the family, I don't feel. And our family on the other side as well, because it will be there that we lean on, you know, and say we need money to get back. So, yeah, I might write some ebooks, and until then, the Patreon's a huge help. Thank you if you're supporting us on there, and yeah, you are allowing me to heal, and without that Patreon, none of this can be, because without me, none of this can be. If I'm sick, I can't do anything, so it's all one big foundation for the smiles that you see in there, basically, rather than the pain that they suffer outside of here. Okay, much love. I've rambled on much longer than I said I would. I've got a bad habit of that. And I was kind of distracted by this lot. So, okay, much love, guys. Bye.
And a seed that's been sown, whispers and rumors of a village that's grown with love as its welcome when death's at its door, sees the richness of sharing with the sick, with the poor. Oh, oh. Where is our share?